Hi, I'm David Fleming from Disciples Ignited, and we started this new series on Revival Outpourings of the past to encourage us to continue praying and believing God to do the same today. Now, we're going to be studying about Patrick of Ireland today that lived around 432 AD. Now, there were several revival movements that took place in Ireland, Scotland, and England during the 5th and 6th centuries that eventually led to the entire Christianization of Europe. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, was a key leader of the 5th century revival that lasted approximately 30 years in that country. Now, according to his own autobiographical book, Confessio, Patrick wrote that when he was 16, he was captured by Irish pirates from his home in Britain and taken as a slave to Ireland. He wrote that he lived there for 6 years as an animal herder before escaping and returning to his family in Britain. There in Britain, he became a cleric. And you know what he did? He heard the call of God to go back to the very people that had enslaved him in Ireland to preach to them the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so that's what he did. And when he got to Ireland, God poured out his spirit. There was such a revival outpouring that took place in Patrick's life and ministry. It was astonishing. He became well known for his miraculous ministry, his anointed preaching, and his effective church planting. In fact, due to Patrick's ministry, Ireland became a mission base for the evangelization of much of Europe, a role that it kept for centuries. Now, there's a lot of exaggerated legends surrounding the history of Patrick, that's for sure. But we'd be unwise to discount them all. This much we know. Revival took place in Revival's ministry. He was used in miraculous ways to carry the gospel of Jesus to Ireland. And the effectiveness of his miraculous ministry helped him to win a country to Jesus. But it was all because Patrick was willing to sacrifice and go back to the very people that had persecuted and enslaved him just so that he could preach the gospel to them. And God so honored his ministry with revival outpourings that made his ministry effective to reach a nation for Jesus. You know, when revival is poured out, Jesus raises up people like Patrick that are willing to sacrifice, to carry the gospel to lands that are hard to minister in. But God uses them because of the power of his Spirit. Let's keep on praying for revival outpourings so that God will raise up many more Patricks to reach nations for Jesus. Let's talk more of revival tomorrow.